Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video topic is twofold. One is stifling your disdain for objectively terrible people, and number two is the power of secrecy. So stifling your disdain, this is something that people such as myself definitely struggle with because, you're really trying to put love into the world. Like really just love and light, but especially if you're quite logically minded, it can just be so impossible to love certain people, to project love onto them. Like, it just doesn't make any rational sense. You just couldn't make yourself do it. But there actually is a way to transmute your hatred into love. But it requires an intermediary step, okay? And the intermediary step is pity. So you must take your hatred and disdain, turn it into pity, and then it quite naturally becomes love. And you can apply this to all sorts of people. The type of person I'm talking about when I say objectively terrible, I'm not quite talking about like dictators. I'm talking about people you deal with in your everyday life, where you meet them and they're very rude, they're very aggressive for no reason. They just never seem like very happy. They're very cruel. Like they can be bullies. And when you kind of imagine what they're like outside of the context that you know them, you could really imagine them like kicking a puppy or like abusing their future children. Like it's just the way they act, they're just so cruel, especially, someone who is cruel to people who are perhaps like a little weaker than them, or, I don't necessarily mean weaker, but maybe someone lower in the social hierarchy. Like if you ever meet someone who is like absolutely cruel to someone who has a mental illness or developmental disorder, that's what I'm thinking of when I say like an objectively terrible person, like they're, punching down sort of thing. And so how you can transmute your hatred into pity, you really have to think about why they're acting that way, because pity, it comes from almost like a compassionate place. Like you have to understand why, and then you have to feel bad for them that they felt the need to act that way. And so, you maybe brainstorm some reasons as to why, but it's often very common. Like it's always the same thing. Like it's because they didn't have their needs met as a child. They just didn't get attention from their parents, or, there was some cruelty exerted towards them, that they think that by turning it out into the outer world that they'll be free of it, getting it off their shoulders. But it's just kind of sad. And then like a sort of sense of insecurity, like, and I don't just mean someone who's insecure about their appearance, although this type of person often is, but like just a lack of feeling safe or secure at all. Like their interpersonal relationships are very conditional. They don't really have any sort of unconditional love in their life. They don't really feel secure about their place in the world, about who they are as a person, the direction that they're taking with their life. They just feel very lost, and it's just it is really sad when you think about it. Like these people who they can't be happy. They just can't be happy and kind at all times, because there's just something goes wrong in their mental process, where they see someone who's maybe, struggles to have a social interaction, instead of being really kind and trying to make it easier for them, they'll just act in hatred towards this person, which, I don't know, I've never understood this. Like, okay, my feelings towards people with developmental disorders, I feel like I'm an ally to people on the spectrum, because I just think I think that, okay, when the rapture comes, people on the autism spectrum will inherit the earth. I'm very confident about this, because, people on the autism spectrum, they're like our modern day shamans, you know what I mean? Like, they deserve more kindness than anyone. Man, I'm getting off track here. So yeah, you just gotta pity someone who doesn't feel like coming to an interaction with kindness. Like, it's just really confusing. It's like, what went wrong in that mental process? And then once you do that, then it's just so easy to be like, okay, I love them, because it's sad they're just not getting any love in their life in any other way. So it's actually an easy process. Sometimes you get so caught up in it of how could I possibly ever forgive this person for being so terrible, but no, not easy. Okay, a second video topic, the power of secrecy, keeping secrets. Like your secrets can be your currency sometimes, your inner source of wealth, because a secret is something that, it's only you. purely your direction. As soon as you start putting stuff out there into the world, the frequency, it gets diluted and hijacked, Like a lot of times when someone is planning something that they could simply keep secret, could keep to themselves, they put it out there because they want it to be judged and they want to be talked out of it. Like if you're planning some project and you could just easily do the project, but then you go start talking about it to all these people and they start expressing their doubts, and then you use it to validate yourself about, yeah, that's just such a stupid idea anyway, like why would I do that? And now you're getting all these new reasons for like why it was such a bad idea. But and it's just, you have to be really confident in yourself. You just have to know that your conviction is right. Like there's no point trying to get other people's opinion on things in your life, because it's only you know better. Like stop giving out all your like your thoughts, and it's so powerful. It's your thoughts and your convictions are like the essence of your life. That's what you build every project in your life out of. So once you start just giving it away all willy-nilly, and letting people ruin it for you, or or maybe giving away your good ideas, that's terrible. Like on a creative project, right? If you think you have a really great idea and you start going around telling everyone about it, about the plot and the concept and everything, and you haven't executed the project whatsoever, it's purely a mental idea, like you're giving it away for free, okay? Because it's not copyrighted if you haven't even started it, you know what I mean? Like it has to be an absolute secret, or people will just, it's theirs now, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like a premature baby, Your ideas need to be nurtured and developed until the point where they become real, and affect change in the real world. Once you start trying to put an idea out there before it's actually ready to be out there, you're sabotaging the idea. Like it really is like a premature baby. Like it's not ready for this world. It needs some time to digest it. And I think it's something that a lot of artists struggle with, is that they just think, like, I need to get something out there as fast as possible. I need to always be active. I need to always be working and producing things. When sometimes it's that feeling of gestation that, you're brewing, you're cooking, Sometimes you just have to cook, and let the stew boil, extract all the herbs, yeah, it's like taking your cookies out of the oven too early, you know what I mean? Like the best thing you can do sometimes for a project is just sit with it, and not even do something, not even research, not even make mood boards. I mean, you should be doing these things at some point, okay? But sometimes in the moment, the best thing for a project is to just sit and take in more information passively and just observe. Because when you're in your head and thinking about, oh God, I need to really make some progress on this project, and I have all these things that I need to do, and you're just missing so much of the things that could really be inspiring you when you're just passing through your life and you're really focused and attuned to the moment. So yeah, that's my advice for today, is keep things close to your heart, and try to live with kindness and forgiveness in every moment. It's very easy if you try. All right, thank you for watching.